G'day and welcome back again to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Scenario 25A, Fields of Fire, designed by Will Green from the Paratroops pack, GMT and Chad. And we're about to go on with the Germans' turn. As I said last time, the Americans are still sitting pretty. The Germans are starting to move up both flanks of the Americans, but have taken a little bit of punishment and a little bit of punishment in the centre as well. But the Germans have taken objectives 2 and 4, which means that the Americans are now down to 8 victory points from the 20 they started with. If the Germans can take one more objective, they can start to diddly bop off and pick up more victory points from getting troops off the northern edge of the map. But that's going to be difficult with the amount of firepower the Americans have, if they have enough fire orders. Okay, so the Germans finished last time with 3 fire orders and have picked up an advance, a rout, and another fire. Righto, so they really wanted a recover. So from a fire point of view, the only people that can bring fire down are these guys. And they could bring fire down into here, the trench, or they could bring fire into here, the foxholes. The trouble is that they fire at the foxholes, they're going to end up losing 3 for hindrance. So let's work out what we can do here. So we've got blah, 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 blah. We are going to fire. So we can fire with these guys. Now we'll fire for 6, 7, 8. We can fire into here. So it'll be 8 into there, or it'd only be 6, 7 into there minus 3, which is, yeah, just useless. So 8 into there. And nothing to help. I do have a sustained fire in the advance, but I want to use the advance. So 8 it is. Plus 4, 12, so it wasn't going to make a great difference. Okay, so our little machine gunner here is in here for 6, 7, and 4 is 11. Plus 9, and he's good. And Lieutenant Thomas is in there for 13. And he's fine as well. So that just leaves them with the advance. Now, so what I'm thinking is advancing these guys straight up here. If I advance these up here, I don't know if the Americans have got a fire. All I can see at the moment is the recover they have. So I can either advance any of these 3. If I advance these guys, they're all going to be at least in 2 cover. If I advance these guys, they're going to be out in the open. I can't advance anybody very well. The other thing I could do is advance these guys to the rear. And that would save this paratroop, which would be handy for sure. And then he can't get blown away. And that way, the only people that can get shot at then would be this guy, these guys in foxholes, and this guy over here. I don't see the sense in using an advance on these guys at all. So it really comes down to advancing to the rear here or advancing up here, which would put this guy up here, these guys where he is, and this guy up to here. Now the Volksgrenadiers we don't lose any points from, I believe. No, it's the conscripts that we don't. So the Volksgrenadiers, I don't want to get too many of them blown away either. But I think the biggest thing is saving the paratroops at the moment. They are my best troops with the best firepower. So I'm going to activate Sergeant Bierman. This paratroop will move to the rear, and this paratroop will move to the rear. And that is it. Not great, but yeah. I suppose I could try and rout the other American forces, but German forces. But I can just see problems with that. So we're just going to get 2 new cards for the Germans, and then we're over to the Americans, who have their recover, command confusion, artillery request, and a fire. So again, in the grand scheme of things, do I fire or do I hold? The artillery request is no good to me. The command confusion, first one, is no good. The other one is a spray fire. So I could fire using spray fire, but I've got nothing to spray fire at. So that's just a bit of a waste. So I'm just going to get rid of the 3 cards like that. I could fire into this guy and try and kill him off, or fire into this guy, and I could just about guarantee killing him off this time. But then I don't know if I'm going to pick up another fire order. So, bugger. I'm going to have to keep it for op fire just in case. Righto. Germans, a rout, 3 fires, a fire, and a command confusion. Again, no movement. Again, I could use the rout on the Germans. Yeah, if I lose the conscript, it's no great thing. This guy's here for 8, -1 is 7, +2 is 9. So, yeah, he could be routed off as well. These guys can rout back around through this way without stumbling through here. And that would get rid of that card. Other than that, all I can do is fire, which again would be these guys firing into there with nothing to help. So I can throw 2 cards, or I can fire and rout my Germans, which would give me 2 new cards, but I've still got a command confusion doing jack all. So I'm going to get rid of the rout, a command confusion, and I'm going to get rid of one of the fires again. It's actually got an ambush on it as well, because I've already got 2 with ambushes and 1 with smoke grenades for these guys, which I should have used last bloody time before this guy went up into here. But yeah, okay, so 3 new cards for the Germans. Over to the Americans. Recover, fire, move, rout, artillery request. Okay, so we don't want to move, but it's got a concealment. I think we're going to try and rout the Germans and see what happens. So we'll start over here. This guy is, like I said, 7 and 2 is 9. And we get a 6. No good, but we have a sniper at B2, which is up here and does nothing. This guy's here for 8. And we get 6 and a sniper again. I didn't put that card in the wrong spot, did I? Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. So, again, sniper at K10. Again, does nothing. We move up to this guy who's there for 6 and 2 is 8. And we get an 8, so he is suppressed. And this guy again, 8. And we get a 5, so nothing happens there. Righto. Again, I don't want to fire because it's the only one I've got, but I think I gotta. So I'm going to try and take this guy out. So we are going to fire. There's our second order. We'll fire with the 50 cal, so we're firing for 11. Plus the team is 12 into here. And then I can always fire with this guy into there as well. But let's do this first. We've got 12 into there. Plus 8 is 20. And he is in there for 8. And has nothing to help. Okay. So 8 and 7, 15. Not enough. But a German event, which is mission objective. Draw 1 secret objective. Okay. So let's bring this back here. And we have a secret objective, and the Germans now have 2, which could be really, really horrible for us. So this guy is dead. That's their first loss, and it's a Volksgrenadier, so we get 2 VP for the Americans, taking them back up to 10, and the Americans cannot do anything else, and they get 2 new cards, which leaves the Germans with 3 fires, a recover, a fire, and a move. Okay, so I think the first thing we want to do is move, followed by a recover. I'm just wondering if I can get these guys around into here. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? This guy can't go anywhere at the moment. Righto. I've got to try and get troops forward. But. It makes it hard. So maybe if we move. And we are going to use smoke grenades. And this guy is, well, doesn't really matter. One of them is going to throw smoke into here. And we get 10 smoke. Oh, I like that. Okay, so these guys move into here. Like that, to start with. Now, the Americans do not have a fire order, so these guys have moved 0 to here. They move 1.5 into here. You can move 4. So that would be 1.5, 3. Can't get into there at the moment. But what we're going to do is drop some smoke again. And we're going to drop it right here. Yeah. And we have 5 smoke there. Okay. Which is better than the 3 hindrance. So that's okay. Righto. So do I take the chance of moving to here? And I think I've got to. So they've moved 3 to there now. Can they move into there? That costs 2. This bloke can only move 4. No. So that's as far as they can go. This guy is going to go 2 into there. 3.5 into there. and then he's going to go 5 into there. Like that. And I think that's okay. So do we use our recover now, or we save it? Again, we can't fire at anybody. None of these people can be hit at the moment, but they could be forced off. These two could be forced off the board. This one gets forced off, again, not a great problem. This one, there is. I'm going to do the recover as their second order. Second order. So this guy, again, is here for 9. Sorry. And we get a 3, and he's there for, bloody hell, 10. Idiot. But he's safe anyway. So we remove that, and we remove that. This guy's here for 8. We get a 7, so he's back, but we have an event which is suppressing fire. Okay. Suppress 1 enemy unit in a hex within both range and line of sight of a machine gun, which gives us this guy, or this guy. I'm going to suppress this guy. Oh, not a smoke marker, you dork. So he cannot fire his machine gun at all. And this guy is back. And then we have this guy up here for 8 as well. And we get an 8, so he is suppressed again. Okay, well, at least we saved these 2. And that's all they can do. They'll get 4 new cards. And we're over to the Americans, who have a recover, artillery, move, route, and move. I'm just going to get rid of those 4 cards, except for the recover. I don't want to move. The artillery is useless, and I've only got this bloke to route. Or do I do the recover to get that machine gun back, and then do a route to get rid of that card as well? And I think I've got to, as much as I want to get rid of those other cards. So we will recover just to get our firepower back. That's our first order, and the second order of the day will simply be a route for this guy, who again is in here for 5, and 2 is 7. And we get a 10, so he's coming back 3. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3 into there. And that's all the Americans can do. 2 new cards for them. And the Germans have 2 fires, and have picked up a fire, a route, and a fire. Okay, so the route is no good to them. They don't want to route their own people. And we have 3 fires with ambush and 2 fires with smoke grenades. Smoke grenades are worth more to me at the moment than the others. I'm going to get rid of 1 ambush, 1 fire. Because I've still only got the 1 lot that can fire. That's these guys. But again, they'd be firing through 5 smoke themselves. I can't move them at the moment. So we're going to get rid of those. And I'm going to get rid of 1 smoke grenades as well. I need movement orders, simple as that. 1, 2, 3. Advances and moves. And the Americans have picked up 2 fires. Right. So again, if they wanted to fire down into these, we could fire for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for both, -5. Doesn't matter which way we come down, we're coming through. So we'll be firing for 5. and I have nothing to add to it. But I think we're going to do it. So we are going to fire. Oh, do I want to? No, I can't. I can't. I've got to get rid of these cards. So I've got to dig in, which is no good to me anyway. And I've got 2 concealments, which are on the moves. But if I only fire, the only ones that can fire are these. I don't have any line of sight to anything over here or anything over here. So I'm going to get rid of these 3 cards and keep the fires for alt fire at the moment. Right, Germans, 3 fires. Advance, move, and rout. Right. So I think the big thing to start with is the advance. And we'll advance these guys into the foxholes. Like that. And this fella will simply come over behind. There's no sense in advancing up here because he's just going to take fire. Well, in fact, he can't fire down there. He'd be firing for -3. I'd rather a -5, that's for sure. So that's the advance. And then I think what I need to do is move this guy. So he is going to go 2 into there. And the Americans have 3 fires now. So hang on a tick, hang on a tick. Yeah, that's right. Yes. Duh. So they are going to fire, opportunity fire, from here down into here, no hindrance, firing for 6, 7, 8 into here. In fact, I'll fire with these guys first. So they're going to fire for 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, -3. Yup, is 4 into here with nothing to add to it. 4 and 8, 12. Sorry, it doesn't go there. This guy's here for 11. -1 is 10. +6, he's good. Oh, what am I doing? It's an opportunity fire, you idiot. I can't split the fire. So I screwed it. That's it. I activated all these, but only 5 with him. Doesn't matter. So he's moved 2 to there. He moves 3 to there. And again, this mob can fire. So we'll just, but again, we've got 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, but we have 10 smoke, so we can't fire. And then he's gone 2, 3, well, that's in fact 2 to there. He can go 3.5 to there. This guy can fire straight down here, but again, we've got 5 hindrance rather than that. So we have 6, 7, 8 down here. 9, 10 down here. We still have the 5 off. So it's 5. And at the same time, we are going to spray fire to hit both of these. So we have 5 plus 4 is 9. Yick. Okay, we'll do this guy first. So he's out here for 8 and 3. He's fine. And this guy's here for 11. And time, and is fine. So we go up to time 3. We shuffle up the German deck. We again have no reinforcements. It's not sudden death. We have to remove a smoke, and it's the Germans that get to choose. We have 1 smoke here and 1 smoke here. This one's no good to us anymore, so we'll remove that smoke. So it comes down to dig-ins. Oops, shit. Throwing cards around. Nobody has any dig-ins. And that opportunity fire is over. So the Germans have a rout and 3 fires. Again, this guy advanced, this guy moved, so nobody can do anything here. These guys don't have range to anything or line of sight, and these guys don't either, so it is 2 cards to the Germans, and we're back to the Americans, who have 2 fires and an artillery denied. Right. Now, this guy can fire into here. This guy cannot fire into there. That would be 3 hindrance through there. If I fire at this guy, it's 5 hindrance, and if I fire at this guy, it's 5 hindrance. And if I fire at this guy, it's 3 hindrance. So I'm going to keep the 2 fires, and I'm going to get rid of the artillery denied and get 3 new cards for the Americans. And we have 3 fires and a rout for the Germans, and they pick up an advance and a recover. Okay, so now I could advance this guy to here, ready to come into this foxholes. This guy up to here. This guy can't. Or I could advance Schrader up. That I know that they're probably going to have a shot at me. Or I can advance these guys up. These are just sitting here, and this smoke could disappear at any time. So again, what I want to try and do is come up through here, because there's nothing up here. If I can diddly bop into here and then get up into here and then jump over and get up into this area, the only thing is this guy at the moment that can fire into there sort of thing. So we're working on it, and that way we can hopefully come up and around in here. Take this, that's our 3rd objective for the Germans, and then they can diddly bop off to come back on. So we will advance these guys to here, and this guy up into the foxholes there, and he's got to stay. And again, we've got nothing to fire. I could do the recover for this little fella, but I'd rather keep it at the moment. So that's it. And the Germans get 1 card, and the Americans have 2 fires, 3 fires, 4 fires, 5 fires. Okay. Righto. So let's have a look here. This guy, no line of sight. This guy, no line of sight. This guy, no line of sight to there, and no line of sight to there, and does have a line of sight to there, and he's got line of sight to there, and he's got line of sight to both of them. So, let's fire. And I'm going to fire everything here to here. That's my best shot. So we've got 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, 7, 8 into here. -3 is 5, with nothing to add. 5 and 12, 17. Okay, and that's time. Now that's going to help the Americans, who have only given one order at the moment, because we get to remove a smoke. Okay. Right, the Americans. Okay, so again, we are at now time 4 of 7. The Americans are still on 10 VP. The Germans have 2 of the 3 objectives that they really, really want. We've removed our smoke. Comes down to dig-ins, of which the Americans have none and couldn't use them if they did. And the Germans do not have one. Okay, so we're firing 17 into here. And they have 1 cover for being in there. And they do have a concealment. So let's just have a look. This bloke would be here for 6, 7, 8. Now, the concealment's only going to add a +1. And I think we'll do it anyway. We'll just use the card. So we're going to take it down to 16 firepower. So we have 6, 7, 8 for the green team. 8 and 6 is 14, and he's hit. Uh, 8, 9, 10 for the parachute. +4, and he's hit. And 8, 9 for the sergeant. 9 and 9, 18, he's safe. Okay. Righto, so this guy can fire now. Again, can't fire into here, can't fire into here, but he can fire down into here. It's just going to be for 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 and 1 is 7 down into here with nothing to help. So we have 7 and 7 is 14, and an American event, which is Hero. If not already in play, place American Hero in a friendly hex. Okay, so come to me, my little hero. Lucas, where am I going to put you? And I think I'm going to put you here. Power out of there. Okay, so we're firing into here for 14. This guy's in here for 11. And 8, and he's fine. Nobody else can fire, so the Americans are left with 5 fire orders and get 1 new card. And the Germans have 3 fires, a move, and a recover. Okie dokie. So what I'm thinking of doing is the recover for these guys and then moving up into here. And we can then pop smoke to give us some cover. We can either pop it there or we can pop it right here. So when this bloke comes back, we have the hindrance. If I pop it there, depending on what I get, I suppose. Okay, so recover first, or yes, we'll recover first. We'll remove the suppressed counter. Okay, we do parachute first. He's here for 8, 9, 10. Oh, we get a 10. And he is suppressed. That did not work out. Okay. And we have a German sniper hitting at F3, which is right here, and takes out our entrenched line team. Nasty. Good sniper. Righto, so then we have the green team here, who's here for 4, 5, 6. And he's no good. And then the Volksgrenadier over here for 9. And we get a 7, which is good, but we have an event, which is Breeze. Remove all smoke markers. We have none, and we have no blazes. So this guy is back. Okay, so I think we still need to do something here. This guy can move 1. This guy can move 2. So he can't move no matter what I do. Which means the only way I'm going to be able to put any smoke out there is to move this guy. So if I pop smoke there to try and give this some concealment, hopefully better than the 3 hindrance that we've already got. And then depending on what smoke we get there as to what I do with this guy, whether he jumps this way or this way. I think that's all I can do. So move, activating this guy. And he's going to pop smoke. Into L6. And it is 2 smoke. Absolutely useless. So he's going to have to move anyway. So realistically, he may as well come forward. No, that's stupid. He can't come through here because it's mines and mines. He may as well come back here. And at least they're firing through 3 anyways. So he's moved so the Americans can opportunity fire, and they will opportunity fire. And they're going to use sustained fire. And they're firing at this little fella here. We have no line of sight from this guy. So it's just from here into here for 3 hindrance. So we have 6, 7, 8. Minus 5 is 3 plus 2. Oh, sorry, minus 3 is 5 plus 2 is 7. 6, 7, 8 plus 2 is 10, minus 3 is 7. Yes. 7 and 7 is 14. And a sniper at A4, which is here and just misses. Righto, so we're 14 into here, and this guy is here for 8. Plus 12. And he's safe. So that takes us up to time 5. We shuffle up the German deck again. Again, we have to remove a smoke, which does not make the Germans all that upset at all, because it wasn't achieving anything. Nobody has any dig-ins, no reinforcements, no victory point gained for anybody. So that is that. So this bloke can continue to move if he wants. So he's gone 1.5. He could come back to here for 2.5, for 3. So he may as bloody well. And again, we fire for 6 and 1 is 7. But now we have a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, good. 6, 7, 8 still. Minus 3 is 5 into there. Plus 10, 15. And an American sniper at D10, which does nothing. Okay, 15 into here again. He's there for 8. And 6 is 14, not enough. And gets hit. He can't go any further. Nobody else can move there, which leaves the Americans with 2 fire orders, which they can't do anything with. So they'll get 4 new cards. And we are over to the Americans, who have 3 fire orders. So they are going to fire. So this guy is going to fire at this guy, and these guys are going to fire at that guy, or that guy. Got 2 chances of taking them out. They've got 1 cover plus 1. Okay, we're activating these guys to fire. This guy has to, This guy has to fire here. He does not have line of sight to these at all. So this guy fires here to start with, and he's firing for 6, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 into here. Yeah. So that's 8 minus 3 is 5. With nothing to add to it. So we have 5 plus 5 is 10. And this guy's in here for 11. And an event, which is malfunction. Break the unbroken weapon closest to a random hex. And the random hex is G9. And the closest to that is this light machine gun here, which is now broken. Righto. So this guy is fine. Now these guys are going to fire down to here and hopefully take out both of these. So again, 6, 7, 8 into here. Minus 3 is 5. Plus 3 is 8. Okay, well, worth a go. So this guy's in here for 4, 5, 6. And 8, he's fine. This guy's in here for 7, 8, 9. And is fine. And we have a German sniper hitting at N7, which does nothing. And then we have the Hauptmann in there for 8, and 1 is 9. And 7, he's good. And another German event, which is Breeze. Remove all smoke. There are none, and we have no blazes this time either. Okay, so that was our fire order. And nobody can fire at anything else. So that's all the Americans can do. They've got 2 fires left. They get 3 new cards. And we will call it quits there again. Coming back for the Germans, who have 2 fires and 4 unknown cards. Right, so the Germans need a recover and need to fix this LMG, but really need a recover. And they need an advance. for these guys. This guy's still out of command. This Volksgrenadier is out of command. These guys just aren't going anywhere at the moment. And I think I need to probably start pushing them forward. But, you know, they're not going to get anywhere. They've only got a movement of 3, the conscripts. The Volksgrenadier's got a movement of 5 with Corporal Schmidt. But, yeah. There's just nowhere for them to go. This is the problem. So again, I could start moving these guys up this way until they get to here. So here, there's no line of sight to anything. Once they get to here, then they have line of sight from here and line of sight from here. But we don't know if this lake's going to be fixed up or not. And there is maybe a line of sight there. And yeah, probably just. Okay, so we'll leave it there and come on back. We're at time 5 of 7. The Americans have 10 victory points and the Germans will be going next. Be good and bye for now.